How's it going, guys? Ultrasive here, and today I'm going to be doing a combined FPS tutorial for Roblox. So the first tip of this would be to lower your graphics to 1. This would be just putting it to manual instead of automatic and putting it on 1. My PC is very powerful. I have a really decent GPU, so I can run it on 10 pretty much all the time. But I know a lot of you guys are running on stuff like integrated graphics where you'll need to run on 1. And it's a lot better than running on automatic, because when automatic is changing your graphics settings per game, it can definitely lower your FPS. And just being like going along with that, if you have like display settings in game, like I know blood and Roblox particles, shaders, those lag a lot of people. So if you have any settings like that in your game, then you can actually change those to disabled or lower their settings and get better FPS. The next step involves Task Manager, and you basically just want to go to your if it's small like this, then just click on more details. And if you go down to your CPU, because Roblox is CPU dependent, check out what tasks are using your CPU. For me, I see that my browser and OBS and VB audio, which I use for my audio, those are taking up a lot of my CPU, so I should probably end those tasks before I go and play Roblox, because those are going to heavily impact the resources that I can allocate for my first core of my CPU. So I should probably just end those or change the affinity and details to off my first core like this, where see CPU 0 and 1 are both on my first core. They're actually 2 threads on my first core, because if you go here, you can see that I have 4 cores, 8 threads. So I have 2 threads per core, so I need to take off my first 2. Next step would be to run an antivirus, which you can do by running a scan on your antivirus center, whatever you use. Basically, you can just run an advanced scan, and full scan would be recommended to make sure you don't have a virus on your PC. That can heavily impact your FPS. A lot of viruses run a lot of background tasks, so yeah, make sure your computer is virus free. Next step you can do is download a cleaner like CCleaner. So basically, you can just analyze your computer. It'll go through all your files, and then you can run the cleaner, and it'll get rid of a bunch of extra files that you don't necessarily need. See, I have a bunch of random files on my computer that I don't need, so I can just run this, and it will delete all these files that I don't need. So I had a lot of drama on this, but yeah, they fixed CCleaner back, so it's no longer been hacked, but you can download another one if you don't feel comfortable using it. The next steps will be in Roblox Studio. So basically, you need to look up Roblox in your Windows search bar. This is a tutorial mostly for Windows, so yes, if you're a Windows user or like a Mac user, I can't really help you if you're a Mac user, and I don't think anybody can really get Roblox to work on Linux. So yeah, but go into Roblox Studio, and we'll be messing around with those settings. So once you're in Roblox Studio, you're gonna go to the top left corner, click on File, then go to Settings. You want to click on rendering right here, and you want to go to this edit quality level. It should be on automatic, put it to level 1. Quality level, it'll be on automatic, put it to 1, so it uses the lowest quality. And then graphics mode, you can need Vulkan, OpenGL, and Direct 3D 11 are some of the best. I personally use OpenGL. Especially if you're on an NVIDIA card, it should render polygons fastest. Now go up to this physics tab right here, and when it says allow sleep, make sure this is checked, so if you aren't looking at something, it's not going to be rendering it in. Once you have that checked, we can close it, and now we are done with that. And the next step would be to defrag your hard drive, so you can just type in defrag in the Windows search bar. Once you get this box to come up, see, I'm running it on an SSD. It's not necessarily you need to do it on an SSD all the time, but once you click on a drive, for say my old hard drive, you analyze it, it's going to analyze it, and then after you analyze it, then you're going to want to click optimize, and this basically puts files back in the correct order, because they may have gotten out of order, and it definitely improves the performance of hard drives if you haven't done it in a while. Say like this one's like 15 days ago or 16 days. So yeah, that would be nice to do it on this one. The next step would just be to dust out your computer. So if you have a can of air, or you can take apart your laptop or whatever, get the dust out of it so you're getting optimum cooling that you would usually need. And that should raise up your boost clocks, or maybe your clocks on your CPU, and it should reduce a lot of issues with your throttling. The next step is we're going to go into settings. And after we open up settings, then we're going to want to go to gaming. And then go to game DVR and make sure record in the background is off. You should just want to turn game bar off in general, because this it uses a lot of your system to even do this. The next step is to delete textures. So basically you want to type in Roblox in your search bar, then right click on it and go to open file location. This should pop up on your screen. Then right click on the Roblox player again and then open file location. Go to platform content, PC, and textures. Now you're going to want to delete wood planks through aluminum, only the folders. You do not want to delete the .dds files, the noise studs and wang index, as you need those to run Roblox. Just delete those and we should be good to go. This will lower the quality of your game and how it looks, but it should improve performance. If you believe your computer is good on the graphics side, you don't need to do some of these steps, but yeah. So one of my guides, I said that using GPU tweak was a good option, and I still believe it's a good option, and I very much enjoy it. But for this guide, I'm going to be showing you guys Razer Cortex. So you're going to want to install Razer Cortex. You can find it on the internet on Razer's website. I already have it installed, so I can just open it. And this works on all PCs rather, because I know a lot of you guys didn't have GPUs or anything that you could use to overclock. So yeah, Razer Cortex, it works on all PCs for gaming performance. You can go to System Booster. You're going to want to scan your system, and then you're going to go into Game Booster and Boost, and then you're going to want to turn on the Boost Now button, and it should do quite a few things to optimize your computer. The next step is not necessarily recommended because it'll leave your computer at risk for viruses, but under Virus and Threat Protection and your Defender's Security Center, you're going to want to disable real-time protection. I can't exactly recommend this because it will leave your computer vulnerable to viruses, but Windows Defender uses a lot of CPU when you're playing Roblox, so to make sure that you're not going to get hacked or anything or get a virus. So, but even though you're not, so Windows Defender is going to use real-time protection, uses a lot of your CPU and your resources on your computer. So if you disable this real-time protection and enable it right when you finish playing, you're going to enable it again. But yeah, it'll definitely boost FPS when you're gaming. The next step would be to set the Roblox process to high priority. So basically you go into your task manager, right click it, set its priority to high, and it should focus on Roblox rather than anything else, so you get your ultimate computer power for Roblox. The next step involves closing your browser after you start it, because browsers use a lot of your first core of your CPU, and they take away a lot of performance you can get from Roblox. So if you're running Chrome, Edge, Firefox, I personally use Firefox, you go to your Firefox and close it, and then you don't have the browser running in the background, so you can get higher FPS while you're playing. Next, you're going to want to change your power plan, so just type in power, it's in your control panel, click this, and then put it on high performance. It should be on balance, move it to high performance, and it should put, if you have a laptop, this is going to go through power quicker, but if you have a desktop, this is just going to, it prefers performance, and it may use up a lot more heat and power, but you should get the most performance out of your PC. My last and final step would be to upgrade your CPU or GPU. Find out what is throttling your system or bottlenecking your system in Task Manager, and maybe it's even RAM, but make sure you upgrade, find a decent upgrade path on your PC just in case that your PC can absolutely not run Roblox altogether. So that was my new updated FPS tutorial for the end of 2018, beginning of 2019. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe. Definitely make sure to subscribe if you want to see some more tutorials like this. I post content every other day at my current rate, so I hope you guys did enjoy. Please like and subscribe. Peace.